We've been celebrating International Women's Day all week long here on Cityline, and today we're turning the lens to movies and television and finding stories that explore different facets of womanhood. That's what's in this edition of Worth Watching. Hey, Kathleen, your first pick, Promising Young Woman, is a tale of revenge and taking matters into your own hands. Tell me a bit about this one.
Yes, this has been the talk of award season, and rightfully so, in my opinion. This is Promising Young Woman, starring Carey Mulligan as Cassie, a young woman whose life was derailed after her best friend was sexually assaulted in college. Since then, Cassie has been out for revenge against bad men who take advantage of women. It's this harrowing story of trauma and the ways in which it can dismantle a life, but it's also about the nuanced lives of survivors and a really smart critique as well on the nice guy trope that we see in pop culture so much. It's also weird and quirky and disturbingly funny at times. The writer-director Emerald Fennell made this really brilliant movie that does one of the best jobs of tackling consent that I have ever seen on screen. And I'm not going to spoil the ending for you, but people are fighting about this ending, and I will say that you will either love it or hate it. There is no in between.
That has piqued my interest
Exactly.
for sure. There's no telling what a woman will do to right a wrong. Your next pick is Miss Juneteenth. Again, another strong female role. This one portrays a single mom doing her best to make things right for her daughter. Tell me about this one.
Yeah, this is a really beautiful story about womanhood and motherhood, and especially what it means to be a Black woman and a mother in the American South. So this is Miss Juneteenth, and it's starring Nicole Beharie as Turquoise Jones. I love that name. So she's a former beauty queen and a single mom, as you mentioned, who decides to live vicariously through her daughter and sign her up for the Miss Juneteenth pageant, in which she competed in herself. But her daughter, Kai, has other plans, as teenage girls do. And then what unfolds is just this really beautiful rumination on a mother-daughter friendship and kind of the challenges that also come with that relationship. And it's from writer-director Channing Goffrey-Peoples, who is this incredible Black director and is going to make some amazing work in her future, I'm sure. So she's a filmmaker you should keep an eye on.
Ooh, thank you for that hot tip. Love that. Kathleen, I'm so happy we're talking about this next film. So I had the pleasure of interviewing Andra Day a few years back at the Grammys. I remember saying at the time, first of all, lovely human being, but that she was heading for great things. And so it makes me so happy to see that she plays the jazz queen, Billie Holiday. Tell me about this film.
Oh, I'm such a huge fan of Andra Day as well. So she stars in The United States versus Billie Holiday. And this chronicles the singer as the Federal Bureau of Narcotics launches an undercover sting operation against her, mainly because how dare she be an outspoken Black woman in America. But also, they're trying to get her on drug charges. But get this, Billie actually had a torrid affair with the federal agent assigned to her case. And this is the story that the film tells. So the screenplay was written by Pulitzer Prize winner Suzanne Laurie Parks. And the story she wrote about Billie is still so timely, as is the song Strange Few, which we all know. And it's this protest song, and just listening to it still gives me chills. And it's a really central focus of this film. And if you're listening to it and you can't tell which one's Andra and which one's Billie, Andra said that Billie Holiday was one of her biggest inspirations. So getting her voice and mannerisms down actually came pretty easily. It's just this stunning performance and a beautiful tribute to this extraordinary woman.
That is amazing. I'm going to watch that one. Okay, let's talk about Ginny, Georgia. Mom-daughter focus. Are we channeling a little bit of Gilmore Girls with this one? Tell us about it.
We are a little bit. It's definitely an easy comparison because it is about a single mom named Georgia and her 15-year-old daughter, Ginny. They move to a new town. But Georgia has a sketchy past that they're kind of running from and they can't escape from. So it's a bit darker. It's got this darker edge than Gilmore Girls. And the series depicts, again, the nuance and complicated relationship between a mother and daughter, but it also delves really deep into female friendships, which is one of my favorite topics. And it's got some mystery surrounding it. So it looks really fun. So there's some joy in there as well, which is something that I am all about. You got to have that balance, some joy in there.
Oh, yeah, we need all the joy we can get, Kathleen. Okay, your last pick is the British coming-of-age drama Rocks. What do you want us to know about this one?
Whew, I'm going to tell you to run to go watch Rocks. It is a coming-of-age story, and I love coming-of-age stories, but this one is not only does it star a Black girl in front of the camera, it was also written and directed by Black women, which we know is still very rare in Hollywood and is so important, and to me makes for some of the best creative work in front of the camera, and that is what Rocks is. So it's this British film about a teen girl whose mother abandons her and her younger brother, leaving them to fend for themselves on the streets of London. So she has to take care of him and support herself, all while she's just trying to grow up. It's heartbreaking and riveting and will stay with you long after you finish watching. Again, it's written and directed by Black women, as all the best things are, in my opinion, but I'm biased.
Well, what I like is that you do all the research and then you bring all of them here to our viewers, because we do not hear enough about these Black women directors, and it is so rare, and it shouldn't be in 2021. So we appreciate the work you do, Kathleen. Thank you so much.